Hey guys, welcome back to another Hidden Ones video. On this one, we're going to be reviewing the pre-alpha and the state of the game and giving some thoughts on it. I'll be covering the art style, the story, the gameplay, and the progression in this review. Those are the four main things I'm going to be covering and giving my thoughts on. And honestly, I got nothing else to say. Let's just get right into the review. First of all, I'm going to start out with the art style. The art style by far is very beautiful. Like, if the anime was in this art style, I would definitely watch it even if it was only in Chinese. I don't really know what kind of art style it is, but whatever it is, I really like it for this game. Both in cutscenes and in gameplay, the game really looks beautiful. Like, I can't really give much negatives on it, to be honest. The story, from what I can tell, the story is from the anime from certain parts, but they are doing their own thing, if you know what I mean. I'll give an example, like when this part where they go and get the answers in this realm, I forgot what it's called. They do go there in the anime, but this whole fight section with the monkey boss and all that never happens in anime. So the story is kind of unique to the game in the sense of they're using certain parts of the anime but building onto it and making it its own thing for the game. Another example I can give is the Snake Lady. She isn't currently present in the anime. She's only in the game, and she was confirmed to be a original character for the game. So they completely made her for this game specifically. And as you can tell, her part of her story, or part of the story where she takes place, is all part of the game. It's nowhere in an actual anime. And from that sense, it's kind of good because you don't have to watch the whole anime to even get into the game. You can just get into the game and follow its own story because it's kind of taking inspiration of the actual anime. Well, it is kind of taking inspiration, to be honest. I want to see more of it when it comes out. I'm really excited, to be honest. And yeah, that's all for the art style and the story. Next, I want to talk about the combat. The combat, I absolutely love. It's super simple. It only takes a few hours to get used to it, and in the higher levels, it kind of requires some skill and knowledge. Like, for example, if I'm going against a character, I need to know what kind of specials I can counter with the parry, because certain specials you can only counter during the beginning of the animation or during the end of the animation. So knowledge is kind of key in that point. But if we're talking about PvP in the higher ranks, honestly, it's kind of like a mind game. You kind of have to like bait your opponent to think that you're gonna throw out a punch, but in reality you're gonna do a special, or the opposite. If you're gonna throw out a special, they're gonna be blocking, and you go up to them and you grab them. It's a kind of mind game in the higher ranks, and I kind of don't mind that. But it kind of gets annoying when your opponent starts running away from you the whole match, and so you have to play on their terms. And half the time you're like half health or lower health than them, so all they got to do is run away, and then they win by time default. So I'm wondering if they can kind of take or maybe extend the timer a little bit more, because like 40% of my fights, my other opponent will just run away from me, and it's not really fun to go against something like that, right? You're here to throw out some punches and throw out some specials, to do some combos, not just chase your opponent down. So I hope they can kind of improve in that sense. I don't know how they can improve it, like I said. And lastly, I want to talk about the progression of the game. The progression is honestly very okay for what it is right now. You have to do your dailies to unlock certain things like double gainers and outcasts, and then for the weekly you get a different currency for weekly, and with that weekly you unlock a special outcast. Like for this I'm guessing they're gonna do it for each season. For this season of the alpha, it was a white robe dude. I forgot what his name is, but we pretty much got him at the last day. As you're leveling up, your player level levels up, and player level increases certain things for PvP and PvE. So when you level up, you get bonuses / buffs for the mode you're playing. So if you're playing PvP, higher player level you are, the less rank points you're gonna lose. And for PvE, the higher player level you are, the more damage and health you're gonna get for trials. And this system is alright. It kind of defeats the purpose for trials though, because by the time you hit almost max level, you're just destroying the Inferno difficulty. It kind of defeats the purpose of playing Inferno, to be honest, because you just have so much health and you do so much damage. But overall, it's a nice progression system. Is there anything else I'm missing? Let me see. Oh yeah, the manual. So the manual is another progression system where you have to do certain objectives in the manual, and once you finish that objective, on the next day you unlock the next phase. So for day 1 we had phase 1, and that only gave us a little bit of contact for day 1, right? I could only do a certain part of the mission. I could only do certain bosses on day 1. And honestly, I don't mind this part either, because it kind of makes it so you don't rush through the whole game. Because if we're gonna be real, it's just a 1v1s, boss trials, or story. So in the end of the day, you might get bored doing the same thing because there's not really much to do. But this is a nice way of kind of like slowing your progress down. That way you don't rush through everything, right? Overall, the game is really good. It's in a very good state, even for being a pre-alpha. I had so much fun playing it. I didn't go out of my way to get max rank in PvP or anything. I just took my time and enjoyed it whenever I got off of work. And if you're wondering how much stuff I did or what my stats were, I'll put them up on the screen right now. That way you can see what I did and how bad I am in PvP. But yeah, I really recommend this game for anybody who is new to it or barely looking into it. Right now, we don't have any information for the next test or beta or even the release date. So if you want to find out more about the game later on in the future, feel free to subscribe. I am covering it in this channel, only hidden ones. I'll be doing updates on the game. I'll be covering new information on the game, and I'll also be playing and posting gameplay of it. So whenever it comes out, you know where to find the most recent gameplay of it. But with that said, I very appreciate anyone who took the time to stick by and listen to my feedback and my review of the game. I don't really have any negatives to say about the game. It's really fun, it's really addicting, and the quality of the game really shows because it's really beautiful, both in gameplay and in story. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Thank you to all my subscribers who subscribed recently, and thank you for watching to the end if you're still here. I hope you guys stay safe. Have a wonderful day or night whenever you are watching this, and I'll see you on some more videos. I am posting some leftover PvP clips on my channel, so for the next week, maybe 2 weeks, I'll be posting some random PvP clips that I just have hanging around for the meantime, because there's no information. Like I said, the test just ended, and I figured we're gonna have like a month or 2 before we get any more information on the next test or any big news leading up to it. So yeah, bye bye.
下流走来无情，高雅。